make some Chia Seed pudding today. Now, I'll have to tell you, I started Trim Healthy Mom in 2014, and I've been doing it off and on since. And I did not care for chia seeds in the past. Actually, here is my jar of seeds. Say that 10 times. Chia seeds. And I bought some the other day because I forgot I had these. When we cleaned out the pantry, I found these and they smell fine. So I'm going to use these and then fill my jar back up. But I am trying to expand my palate. And so I told you I was going to eat cauliflower, and I have eaten cauliflower twice since then. When we go out to eat, I have tried, and I've done it. So today Saturday I made some seeded cheese, So I made some seeded cheese pudding. Am I saying that right? Because it just doesn't come off my tongue very naturally. But anyway, I made some pudding, and the reason I wanted to eat it is because they say it's good for your gut, and I need all the gut help I can get. And so, although it's doing a lot better since I come off that magnesium oxide, but I wanted to try this, and I did. Now, I did not eat it all in one sitting because I'm not used to that kind of, those kind of things, and you have to have them. You cannot eat them out whole because they'll swell up in you and they can do a lot of damage. You need to have to go to the hospital. But if you put them in water or you put them in something and let them swell up, then you can eat them. So I've divided mine into 3 days. It is acquired taste, but I'm remembering it is for my gut that I'm eating these. But actually it does not taste bad, to be honest with you. So today I'm going to make some, and I'm going to show you how I'm making it. Well, I have been videotaping and I can't remember to cut the button on, y'all. So what I have here is a cup of milk, of almond milk. I put some of my liquid dropper sweetener in there because I do like things sweet. I used 1 scoop of my collagen powder. This is what I use because this is what I can afford at this time. And I used a big portion, to taste of this. I told you it has sugar in it, or it does have sugar in it, and I have to be careful with it. I didn't know it has sugar, but I'm going to use it up. And I'm just going to whip that. I'm going to put a little bit of some powdered trivia in there. I'm a bad measure. I like to just throw it in the pot. And I have the Melaleuca protein powder right now, and that's what I'm going to be using. Once it's used up, I'll buy something else because I'm no longer, and I'm going to put 2 scoops of this. I no longer do Melaleuca. So, but I'm going to use what I got. Okay, now we're just going to stir this up really good. I just want to taste it to see. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Oh, and I taste the peanut butter in there too. So, last time I made it just chocolate pudding. This time I wanted some peanut butter, so I've seen vanilla looking ones. I've seen all kind on internet. Trim Healthy Mama recommended this years ago. Y'all, I see a lot of things that Trim Healthy Mama has recommended. When I started in 2014, there's a lot of things that Trim Healthy Mama recommends that you eat that I see is all over the internet now. When I first started Trim Healthy Mama, you could not find a lot of recipes and a lot of these products. I had to order a lot of my stuff off Amazon. You couldn't buy stuff at Walmart at all. Alright, so I've got my chia seeds. And I got a tablespoon, and I'm going to put 3 of these in. And then I'm just going to stir that. It does not look the prettiest, I will tell you that. I can vouch for that. And it gets kind of, I don't know how to explain how it gets. If you're looking for a regular chocolate pudding, this is not it. Chia seed is not it. But it's good for the gut, and that's what we're going for. All right, I'm going to leave this out for just a little bit, or I'm going to put it, leave this out. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator with the top on for about 15 minutes, and then I'll come back and we'll stir it. I'm back with my pudding, and I am just going to stir it up real good because the chia seeds like to stick at the bottom. I'm going to bring it up close. You can see the seeds in there. They just got to hydrate in the pudding, and it's going to look a little weird with those seeds in there, but it's still pretty good. It's not regular pudding. I can honestly tell you that it's not regular pudding, but it still tastes pretty good. And I'm trying not to lick it because I don't want those seeds in me right now. They might be okay. They've been sitting in there 15 minutes. All right. That's my chia seed chocolate peanut butter pudding. And it's going to thicken up some more. And I'll show it to you hopefully after it thickens up some. See, I'm still shaking it. Sorry y'all, I had video for the pudding to show you what it looked like, but something between my camera and my computer got ate, so just trust me, it's good. Here's my supper for tonight. This is an S. I have some oven roasted baked chicken. If it's good, I'll share the recipe with y'all later. I've got some sauteed green beans and some squash casserole. So that's what we're having. It's an S meal on Trim Healthy Mama. I came over to Randy's grave and was just sitting, and all the lights came on. I got the pig in here because we gotta fix it. Something knocked it over, but that was good. But I want to show you this sky. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Lord really done some amazing work. There's the summer sunset. Frogs are singing. And the bugs like the light. But it's beautiful. I may be behind the times, but we've been having, it's so hot and humid here, especially for June. It's just been really humid. And I'm having problems with my air conditioner not wanting to cut off. And so Scott, my oldest, talked to a friend of his. I don't remember if it was his brother-in-law or his niece's husband. But one of them works for an air conditioning place, and they said they're having a lot of problems with it. And they're telling people to buy a dehumidifier. And so they're not cheap, I'll tell you. This come from Lowe's, and it was not cheap. But I purchased it. We purchased it yesterday evening, and I want to show you. Okay, I'm going to try to talk loud because I got the blower behind me, fan going. But this is what it looks like. The film that I had to show you, again, my phone and computer was acting up, and it ate it. But the bucket down here, I'm going to see if I've got some water in this one. Yeah, you can see a little bit of water in here. It's down to probably about right along in here. The first time I run it, I didn't run it very long. I had at least about a gallon in here. And so I'm going to pour this out, and I may cut it on for a little bit. It's just, it has been taking a lot of humidity out of the air. And that's, I hope, a good thing. In my bedroom right now. I have not kept that humidifier on very long. I only run it for a little while because I am having problems with air conditioning. It is, the thermostat just won't cut off. Right now, you're hearing the fan that's blowing in the hall to try to keep it cool in there for the thermostat. The air conditioner, believe it or not, is not as hot. and I'm going to talk to you a little later, but we had some rain last night, and I think that might be cooled it down just a little bit in here. And but if I run that humidifier, it brings it up about 2 degrees into the thermostat. And so I cut it on and off, try to keep that thermostat as low as I can to keep this air conditioner off. So, because I know it's going to be a high price light bill. I am having some problems trying to do some videoing today with my phone and my computer. Somehow when I videotape it, when I put it on the computer, it gets lost in space. So I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I was trying to share something with y'all. 2 years ago, I started a website for shumperthill.blog. And last year, they had went up on me for almost about $100. And I just couldn't see paying that for the blog. I wasn't making anything off the blog. I don't even know if many people visited it. But, you know, groceries going up, electricity growing up, I just figured the money could go somewhere else. And so that's what I did. Well, about a month ago, I went with Vistaprints. And I was happy with their, everything. They use a company called wick.com for the dominion name. And so about a month ago, I got a email from wick.com, and they were telling me that I had to renew my dominion name, and it was going to renew this month. And I got to looking, and they had charged me $100 from last year that I didn't know anything about. When I canceled with Vistaprints, that should have took care of Wick too, but it didn't. So anyway, they sent me the email. I went back in there and changed it and told them I did not, you can't talk. There's nobody to talk to on these sites like this. And so it gets a little aggravating when you have problems. And so I went in there and I changed it where it would not be automatic renewal. So it wouldn't get renewed at all. I've gotten email after email about it's going to expire. Okay, I'm fine. So yesterday morning, so let me just say, all things work for the good of those who serve the Lord. And I'm thankful when troubles and trials comes, I got the Lord on my side. I woke up and I had 4 little notifications on my phone from my bank that wick.com was trying to get $24 and something out. And they tried 4 times and couldn't get it. And so I got up and looked at it, and the bank didn't let it go through, thank God. I got to looking at something else on there that I didn't know what it was. It was something called Hound something, I think it was. Yeah, something Hound, and I don't know what it was. And so the bank actually ended up texting me. They had kicked me out of the web page, my thing on the phone for my account, and they text me about fraud. And so I called the number that they recommended, and I talked to the lady, and it was my bank. So I do know that. Anyway, Wick was trying to get money from me. They didn't get anything, thank the Lord. But the other one was Hound. So I had asked her about, those 2 transactions, because one was 24 something, the other one was 24 something. And I said, I don't know anything about the Hound thing. So she Googled it, and it was a printing company. And I said, well, I haven't done anything. I don't know that. So they automatically canceled my card. And they said they would investigate. My bank called me, and I set up an appointment to go take care of that today and cancel the card. So I know the card was canceled. This morning when I get up, I get another notification saying that the Hound printers was trying to get $24 and something again from my account. Well, it wasn't me, because I knew the card was closed, so that I knew you couldn't do that. So when I went to the bank, I asked her about it, and Facebook, there's a bunch of them. There's a long list, so you might want to check with your bank to find out if they know anything about it. But I know Facebook got hacked, Instagram got hacked, Microsoft, and Google. Those are the 4 things that I do use, and all 4 of those got hacked. So you need to go in and change passwords and stuff for those kind of things, so that whoever breached their borders can help themselves to money. The lady at the bank did say that they had like 3 or 4 other ones yesterday had the same problem where they had gotten hacked too. So it's not just me. So she told me just to check back with her next week if I hadn't heard anything, to see what they're doing about it, because they would investigate it. So I'm thankful for that. So you see, it's just happens to the best of us, don't it? You can stay home, mind your own business, and trouble comes looks for you sometimes. But I do want to tell you, do check. You might want to check if you any of those things, and you order anything off of line, you might want to check, make sure they hadn't. It's Helm Printers, I think is what it's called, and just check with your bank or something. So I just showed y'all earlier our new. I have a hard time saying this. The humidifier, and how it's taking moisture out of the air. The problem we're having, we have tried everything. We have, our vents are fine as far as our, change your filters in your returns. Those are fine. Daniel's cleaned the air condition. He, the coils, he's blowed out the leaves. All that's working. It's not the air conditioning. I've had a couple videos. I got him to check them. They're not the problem. Scott looked at another video to see if it was a thermostat. It's not the thermostat. So finally, after all this time of several weeks of trying to figure out what's wrong with our air condition, I finally called the repairman. We had talked, and he was supposed to come out. The air conditioner really wasn't acting up because it wasn't that hot, as hot. It got hotter that day, trust me. And it started doing it. It cuts on, but it won't cut off. You can have it if you set it at 72. Just for instance, if you set it at 72 and it reads 72, it's not going to cut off. And he's saying because of electronics, it might show a little. It might be like 71.9 before it cut off or something like that. So anyway, he came the next week and climbed under the house, and I knew we had problems with it before Randy passed. But Randy got sick, and we just didn't worry about it. Well, now we got to worry about it. Our ductwork is dying. He showed me pictures of it, so I know he's not. I knew it was bad. I knew it had problems, but I know now it's even worse. So that was 4 days ago, and he said, "I'll have my boss call you," and I've not heard from him. I have called 1, 2, 3, 4 different people. One I got. 2 I got. One is an hour and a half away, and he said he might can come look at it, and I told him my situation, and he said that's a big house. It's 3 bedrooms, y'all, 2 bathrooms. It's not that big a house. It's just a house. Anyway, he said that's why they're not calling you back, because it's so big, and they're so wide open right now. They don't want to do duct work. They want to do the easy stuff to get paid. So that's the problem I'm having. I called another guy, and he's supposed to come this weekend, and then I've called other ones, and nobody's called me back. So oh well, it is what it is, and I'm just trusting the Lord to get us through it. I know it's not going to be cheap. That's what's been going on. So I'm going to change it and talk about my sugar. A few days ago, my sugar I have a certain number that I like my sugar to be under, and it's been being under that, and then a few days ago it went over that for my fasting, and I had not eaten nothing that should have sent it up. Anyway, a couple days passed, it dropped back down to where it was supposed to. Well, the last 2 mornings it's been up again, and so I don't know. Got air condition problems now. I've got to worry about hacking my bank account, and I don't sleep as good. Daniel's on a crazy work schedule right now. Hopefully tomorrow will be his last. He gets to home tonight, and then he's going back to work. He gets, I think, 4.5 hours of sleep, and then he's got to be back at work tomorrow. So he's going to be dragging. Scott's got crazy hours. Andrew, I do want to thank the Lord for keeping his hand on Andrew. About 2 weeks ago, him and his family went to Alabama for a youth camp. And they took both vehicles because Leah was going to drive the kids back and forth from where they were staying to camp because the kids couldn't stay on camp. And Andrew drove his truck because he had promised a friend. They wasn't but an hour and a half from Atlanta. So he was going to drive and work during the day and then go back to church at night with the family. And he had called me, I think it was that Wednesday, and he was on the side of the road. He was driving 65 miles an hour down the 4-lane, and he looks over and his front tire is riding down the road beside him. And there was a 30-foot embankment. The tire went down. Andrew said I had to pull it up, but I thank God Andrew didn't go over that embankment, because probably the kids wouldn't have had a daddy, and Leah wouldn't have had a husband, and I wouldn't have had a son. And so we'd have had him, but you know what I'm saying, that he wouldn't have been here to enjoy being with his daddy. The guy behind him stopped and said, I thought you was going. He thought he was going to flip. He had no brakes, and the grace of God stopped him. He was going around a curve and going into that embankment, and it wasn't an embankment, it was a drop-off, a 30-foot drop-off. And the Lord stopped him. Sunday night, when they left, I was in bed, and the Lord just laid on my heart to pray for Andrew and to pray for his safety driving back and forth. And I often, many times during the night, pray for my boys, because Scott drives a lot of nighttime, and Daniel leaves before daylight. Andrew sometimes leaves before daylight, and so I'm often up praying for the family, but for their safety. But that night I just felt really impressed to pray for Andrew, and Wednesday I know why now. So I thank the Lord. He's got his truck fixed. He's on the road again, but I thank the Lord he's here, and God took care of him. So see, there's good and bad in everything, but that was some good. So I thank the Lord for it. Even though he had truck problems, God took care of him. Something else I wanted to share with you. I didn't want to make this video too long, but I think it's going to end up being longer than I planned on it to be. But some good news. The scales for me has moved some more, so I thank the Lord for that. And Daniel, I'm going to show you a picture. There is a difference. You might not can tell it. He's still got belly. I mean, he's still got a good little ways to go, but he's lost about 15 pounds from last time he weighed. But he got his first compliment last night at work, and I take pleasure in that, because I had a hand in it. Not just Daniel, because I'm the one that encourages him to do it. I'm the one that buys the groceries and cooks it. And so I thank the Lord for his compliment that he got. But he said the guy at work, they just hired him back in November, December. And he had asked Daniel, he said, Daniel, you've lost some weight, ain't you? And Daniel said, yeah. And so Daniel texted me and said, I got my first compliment. And it was a little while before I answered, and I said, what? And I said, oh, on your weight? And he said, yeah. He called me back and told me. I said, well, I take pleasure in that, because I know that I think I had something to do with that. It's going to be a long time before people know that I've lost weight, but it'll be easier because he's taller, and he's taller and got some belly, but it's not as bad as it was. So I'll show you a picture of him that I took the other day that I was really proud of him, and I could tell that he was losing. You know, my body, I can tell with my clothes, and I can tell it in my face and hear some that it is starting, I can feel it. It's not as puffy. It might not be that I've lost the weight, it's just some of the puffiness has come down from inflammation. I do want to share this with you too. I had done a video with some hot dogs, and we had used some keto brand buns. And I ate two. The next day, I just felt bad. I ate, and I said, I think it's those hot dog buns. And I said, I'm not going to do that again. So I had 4 more hot dog buns. I said, I could check and see if it was that, but I'm pretty sure it was. So I ate my hot dogs with tortillas, and it didn't bother me. I'd break a tortilla in half and eat one hot dog on it, half of it, and hot dog on the other half. So I had my hot dog and chili. But it didn't bother Daniel, but it bothered me. It made me achy and just didn't feel good. So even though it was keto, it just wasn't, it had something in there that reacted to my body. So, you know, I'm feeling too good in my body to allow something like that to be put in my system to make me feel bad. So that's what I want to share with you. So I think I've talked enough. I have rambled on. I hope not too much. I've just been telling you about my life and what's going on here. Hopefully yours hadn't been so much chaos. It's not a lot of chaos. It's just life. It's just life. So I thank the Lord for his love and blessings, and I hope that y'all stay warm. No, y'all stay cool. Not warm. It's hot. It was 99 yesterday here, a heat index of 111, and it's better. We got rain last night, and it has cooled it down some today. So I thank the Lord for that. The air conditioner has cut off a little bit every now and then, so thank the Lord. But y'all, take care, and God bless.